Noxious here is a little bit intimidated.
Я чувствую себя вполне в порядке, поэтому, самочувствие мне сильно не изменилось. Как бы я приехал сюда играть, и, ничего не поменялось. Я готов к игре.
Well, I think it changes nothing. I mean, I just came here to play. Okay, I had the fag, but I'm here to play, and I'm looking loaded for it.
Alrighty. So with this competition, you're saying it's not an even feel. ProNeo, you are coming at this in a very, very different attitude than what I heard yesterday. I kind of think we should just get this game happening and let the cards speak for itself. What do you reckon?
Let's get it started, eh?
Yeah, get in there, guys. All right, take your seats. Good luck to both of you. Really believe in you. Get up there. It's actually interesting to remember that they can ban one deck each going into the game. I'll leave it to the experts to talk about the fine-tuned details of Gwent. So, Josh, back to you.
All right, thank you, Maud. If you're just joining us, folks, we witnessed quite an upset. Theon 56 defeated Trump 3-2, and Life Coach just defeated Okimena 3-1. And now we're going to witness one individual that's very popular in the streaming world and one pro Neo first time attending.
После первого челленджера я тоже играл Gwent, но, скорее всего, я выступал как наставник.
After the first challenger, I was still playing Gwent, but rather as a coach, preparing other players for tournaments. I also took part in a local tournaments such as Ru Gwent or Gwent GG. And basically on each CD Projekt tournament, there were people prepared by me.
На всех турнирах, которые проходили от CD Projekt, там, были люди, которых я готовил.
Speaking of advantages, I could say that I already have some tournament experience. It goes without saying that the more you participate in such events, the more chances you have to win, and the better is your psychological preparation. This is getting more and more easy for you, and there are no new things like everything that happened on the first challenger. Nevertheless, this is still not that easy.
Да, я всех противников хорошо знаю, потому что, в Gwent я играю не прерываясь, а также...
I know all of my opponents well, because I play Gwent from the very beginning, cast and comment tournaments on my channel and follow meta changes. I don't know, I think I have around 20 games played with each player from the launch of the game, or maybe even more.
Мне очень нравились старые монстры на Жоре. Я мог уходить там.
My favorite deck are old consume monsters. Back then I could even go like 5 cards down and still win the game. Recently, one of my favorites would be Spyguard, because I like archetypes with complex combinations and no simple moves.
Играть в Gwent, участвовать в турнирах.
My plans for 2018 would be playing more Gwent and participating in every possible tournament I qualify for. This time, I want to develop more as a player, not as a coach or practice partner.
Как игрок, а не как наставник. Также я хочу сказать спасибо Айслоту за подготовку меня, Магогу.
At the end, I would like to thank Islot for the support and Magox for the psychological preparation, and say hello to Join Time and my friends from the neighborhood.
Артему Белозубенкову, Дане Дигасу, Юрию Волкову, Ну, Юрий, ой, Вите Веледницкому, в общем, всем вам привет. По поводу второго места.
Speaking of my second place on the pro ladder, it doesn't really give me any confidence. The way I play gives me confidence though. I analyze my games, and if I indeed play well and make no mistakes, it really bolsters me up. Pro ladder is not a tournament mode, and there are a lot of different opponents. If I were to change one card, I'd most probably change Imberlive Sabbath, or cards with the create keyword, so that there's less cards in the create pool. This time I chose Demon Light Longship as my favorite bronze card, because it is viable in almost every Skellige archetype, and it's definitely a strong engine card in general. It's easy to adapt to constant changes within the game, but it's difficult to play on a high level with a lot of changes. It takes a lot of time to reach the peak performance after some changes have been implemented. I obviously watched The Last Challenger, and the most impressive player for me would be of course Smell. Apart from him, I would like to mention Tailbot because he played really well and showed great character. I stream much less recently because I spend more time playing the pro ladder, and I position myself as a pro player, not as a coach. When I stream, it usually ends up in all my strategies being revealed to my opponents. Therefore, I need to stream less often. But nevertheless, I'm trying to stream almost every day. Speaking briefly of my hobbies, I don't have that much time right now, but I'm trying to play more single-player games such as Divinity or Pillars of Eternity. Apart from that, I sometimes play Resident Evil with Smell, and we call that a preparation for the tournament. And this time, we're preparing too. This time, the same as before, I would like to play against the best players. In my opinion, that would currently mean Tailbot and Hannah-chan.
Now that was quick. A nice 3-0. Pernio, how do you feel, man?
Это было очень быстро, 3-0. Как ты себя чувствуешь?
Я чувствую себя отлично, потому что наконец-то я смог пройти дальше первого раунда.
I feel just really good because finally I was able to go through the first round.
Yeah, also when it comes to you yourself, like when you came in this morning, you're happy, you seem confident, you seem very relaxed. Has the stress kind of gone out? Like with every event, you seem to be more relaxed.
Вот как это случилось, что вот в этот раз ты, нам показалось, что ты был более уверенный, не было такого стресса у тебя. Вот как ты это сделал?
Вам просто так кажется.
It's like it only looks like this, but there is a lot of stress anyway.
How do you feel going against Tailbot tomorrow?
Как ты себя чувствуешь перед матчем против Tailbot'а?
Я думаю, это будут ужасные матчи, потому что там все против монстров, а я имею монстров с накерами.
I think this is gonna be a horrible match because I have like everything with monsters and he's got like everything against that.
All right, you heard it here first. Back to the casters.
Я думаю, что самый каноничный архетип — это монстр.
I think that the most canonic archetypes in Gwent are monsters. To be precise, Weather Dagon and Consume with Tharaka's Queen, because they are the backbone of the Monstrous faction. Without archetypes like these, Gwent is not going to be the same.
Без таких архетипов будет тяжело Гвинту.
I don't feel any pressure because of being one of the tournament's favorites. The more I participate in Gwent Masters events, the easier it becomes for me. I hope that this time I'll be able to show a top performance.
Да, недавно я стал членом команды Leviathan. Это лучшая
I
команда.
recently became a member of Team Leviathan Gaming, and it's the best team in the world. I was lucky enough to get there for good connections. We're currently actively looking for new members among top players, so we're waiting for you, my friends. Of course, I have a huge motivation to win this Open, mainly because I need crown points for the World Masters tournament. I would really like to take part in that, and this is my top priority.
Да, я знаком с игроком House of Cards. Это игрок с длинной
I know the
историей.
Russian player House of Cards. He's a competitor with a long history, as he plays Gwent from the very beginning of beta testing, and I played with him a lot of times. I'm not sure if he wanted to play Gwent on a competitive level before, but I know that he really likes the game. I don't really remember what's our score on the pro ladder, because I don't have such statistics.
Я таких подсчетов не видел. В этот раз я выбрал медика Виковара, потому что
This time I chose Vicovar Medic as my favorite card, because it's like a mini version of the Caretaker. It often lets you get very good cards, and there are different ways of playing it. A lot of variations and a lot of good moves. My win rate doesn't mean anything as for now. The biggest enemy for me during the tournament is myself, because I wasn't able to show my best performance in the previous events. But when I finally do so, I'll take my game to the next level.
The finals of this Gwent tournament right here. Pro Neo finally making it to the finals after 4 showings in the Gwent tournaments. He overcomes his nerves. He knows that it's different from playing, you know, in your house. You have a lot of pressure on you, and he's able to overcome that. And he is our first finalist of today. Good job, Pro Neo. Well done, honestly. He had a good matchup, but he was able to overcome that Ethne at the beginning, which I was very impressed by. Just excellent gameplay by Pro Neo here, and well done to the Morcus as well.
Very calm and calculated in this tournament. Have you been like practicing some Zen meditation or something like that?
Ты очень спокоен в этот раз в этом турнире. Ты практиковал там, не знаю, какую-нибудь медитацию или как это так получилось?
Да нет, наверное, просто каждый раз все больше и больше привыкаешь к обстановке. Поэтому, думаю, дальше будет лучше.
I just think that the main reason is that the more you participate, the more calm you become. So I think that in the next tournaments it's going to be just easier.
All right, we've seen pretty much everything. We saw Ty, we saw Sahil play, which was super crazy, and the wins were by a small margin, just small points. How do you feel overall after this first match?
Мы видели практически все в этом матче. Был Сигиль, как бы все карты, которые раньше не видели, как бы здесь увидели. Но что ты чувствуешь после этого матча?
Я доволен, потому что на практике так не получалось.
I'm really satisfied with this result because during the practice it was not like that.
Okay. Who would you like to play against from the next pair?
С кем ты бы хотел сыграть в следующем матче?
В следующем матче с Даморкиусом. Он мой старый друг. Было бы неплохо с ним уже схлестнуться.
Yeah, he would like to play against Demorcus because he's his old friend and would like to clash against him.
On this grand adventure. while drinking ale, some sailor spawn a yarn. Soon he will leave and go for a sail, and the sail still needs to be darned. He spoke of great isles, he spoke of blue seas, he honored those seized by the tide. Nothing compares to cold ocean breeze, he fully declared with pride. Back in the day, the sailor recalled the day when the sea was too strong. The waves were high and thunders roared, and the sirens were wailing a song. He said on the isles that we've never seen, the clans always ready to fight. He mentioned some druids somewhere in between, and that giants were walking by night. The sailor said to me with a bold smile, leave the days gone by. Gather with me on board in a while and see what have seen I. Soon we were living with wind on our grip to travel so many miles. It took many days, though swift was the ship, the journey to Skellige Isles.
Will be Skellige veterans taking on great swords. Tailbot does need just a moment here, so we are going to, well, we're going to have a little chat, Mogwai.
How about a Skellige Civil War for the final matchup first?
I mean, that's kind of how it looks, right?
Of the event. It's going to come down to that.
Right here in the Isles. What better place to test your strength?
Great swords versus veterans. It's going to be a good one right here. If only I could have better vision. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for a man who's not afraid to get elbows deep in blood and guts, with strong arms and a level head.
Oh my goodness. Bobby, let me just get my resume. I think I'm the man for the job. I'll just let the animals free.
Yeah. I believe it.
That, okay, the person on the screen right now actually should be pointed. I believe he is. He's been around for a couple days now. He runs the show around here. Yeah, that guy is cool. That guy, he runs the show around here like Viking blood runs in his veins. I am very sure.
Good aim.
That was a little bit of football breaking, but I think it's important. Oh, yeah, trying. Nope.
You can do it. You can do it.
Your foe is gonna get away, my friend.
Fifth time's the charm.
Hit the books, young man.
Come on. No pressure. The entire world is watching you. Did he hit it?
I don't know. I think let's just assume that he did. He got his. Yeah, this is actually live too. They're
arts and craft.
Making some like this is stuff that this is just normal Skellige life. You see this every single day. Making some garb. This guy, no problem, right?
From the Ukraine, hardened veteran, participant of the first ever challenger, Pronio.
The player with the most LAN tournament experience in Gwent Masters, rumor has it he has actually lived at the CDPR tournament studio.
First of all, I'm really happy that I managed to get here, and second of all, everything here is just as it should be on the Skellige Islands. My favorite silver card is a Sire, because if you can play her well, in many cases this card might be better than a gold one. It can fully break your opponent's game plan and strategy, but you should understand how to use her properly.
Я думаю, мне пока об этом рано говорить. Я не играл.
I think that it's too early to say which homecoming change is good. I need to play first, and then I'll be able to evaluate. I can't really say anything before trying it out.
Я готовился как обычно, просто, ну, в прошлый раз.
Speaking of the previous tournament, I prepared like usual, but maybe with a little more effort. I think that the main kicker was my mental state. I recently started to feel better when playing on the stage.
На сцене, чем раньше. Чувствую себя прекрасно.
I feel great right now, and I'm ready to go down fighting.
Я думаю, этих изменений было слишком много. Это то, что теперь можно бить золотые карты.
I think that there are a lot of changes affecting the competitive play, and the two most impactful ones would be removal of the gold cards immunity and changes done to the weather effects. They used to work totally differently. These two modifications strongly affect the competitive Gwent. I like everything that is happening to the Gwent Masters series, and I hope that we'll see a lot of new players on Open and Challenger tournaments soon.
В финале я хотел бы, конечно, сыграть с Даморкиусом, потому что это мой уже тут...
I obviously would like to play against Damorkis in the final, because he's my erstwhile friend. And speaking of the first round, I would like to face Hanachan, because I've never played against him before.
Welcome back to Gwent Challenger number 4. We are getting started here on the back half. Your Colwyn versus Pronio, a repeat of the finals in Gwent Open number 6 just a month ago. And I'm sure this is going to be a slugfest. These two are heavyweights. We saw it already at Gwent Open number 5, and we're going to probably see it again right here. I think this is probably going to go the distance as well, Magway.
I think so too. These two are going to go hard at it. Pronio has been establishing dominance. I really am excited to see how these matchups are going to go out, especially the Nilfgaard Mirror. No bias there, but
I mean,
Soldiers versus Alchemy is very interesting.
Soldiers has the advantage in that particular one.
And the return of Megasword, of course. If you guys watched Gwent Open number 6, Pronio rose to fame with...
Surrounded, of course, by not only a giant ring of fire, but all the other competitors from Challenger number 4 here in Skellige.
All chanting Damo's name. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it.
I never get that kind of respect.
You will, Flick.
One day.
One day.
There they are. That's Skellige Guns N' Roses.
Ha ha. Kepa.
Apparently John Bard Jovi was not available today.
You gotta stop, Flick.
I'm...
You gotta cut it down. It's too much, man. Come on. Look at that, all the Vikings, the Warriors, Berserkers, all lined up for the Queen and the winner.
They're all prepared for battle or Black Friday, whichever one comes first.
And the handshake.